to week 4 of architecture. This one's legit. Instead of just modeling some small object or precedent study, we're going to be designing an entire pavilion and then modeling it as a small object. And it's going to sit right here. For those of you that don't know what a pavilion is, and no worries because I really didn't know until just like a year ago, a pavilion is basically just a structure that sits in your environment like a park, or in our case the Arboretum, and it provides a little bit of protection from the environment, but also lets you just sit there and kind of just chill in the park. A pavilion usually comes with a specific purpose in mind, like the Barcelona Pavilion was designed specifically for the International Expo, or the Sculpture Pavilion in the Netherlands was designed specifically to showcase sculptures. In our case, we have 3 purposes, and one of them is to provide an area for teachers to teach people out in the park, like an open-air classroom. The second one is to provide a whole lot of shelving so they could hold seeds. And then the last one is they want to have a little bit of room so you can have an Arboretum dude to do his work in the office. These prompts are kind of weird. Anyways, now that we know our prompts, we should get on to like architecture and stuff. One thing I should add before we get into the ideas is that I was going through One Piece and they're in like the Japanese world right now where there's a bunch of cool artwork. So I was feeling very inspired. You'll see that it's all based off of that. I really just started off by looking at a bunch of different references for modern and classical Japanese architecture, and then just drawing the ones that I liked, and that way I could just find the ideas that I found were the coolest for me. One thing that I thought was really cool was the gates. I don't know what these are called, but you kind of like can move through them, and it acts almost as a frame for your environment. I wanted to emulate that, except, sorry, you have to look at all my drawings now. I wanted to emulate that, except in my style, I wanted it to be you walk out of the building and then you end up looking at the framing of these 2 palm trees, which I thought would be pretty cool. I also wanted to focus on, you can see how all the lines point inwards towards the center here. And then once you're inside of this pavilion, it'll look outwards towards the environment, with this being the gate I was talking about earlier, kind of like this gate. That's enough sketching. Let's move on to actually modeling it. I went to Art Central and I just got all of the parts I need. I hope this is enough. Gotta get the glue shot. Go. 1, 2, 3. Tomorrow is grind day. Tomorrow I have to finish all of it. Taking forever. Okay, I just finished the project and I'm really happy with how it turned out. I'm also exhausted because it's 2 a.m. But I'm gonna get some sleep and then we're gonna take some pictures and I hope it turns out really well. Well, here's the final result. If you liked it, let me know. I put a lot of effort into this, so I hope you do. And if you like the video, consider subscribing. There's more videos to come. I have a ton planned out, so I'll see you next week.